lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup Misfit. So for my video today, I have pan that palette options for 2022 and I want to go through them with you guys, just kind of explain to you why they are the options that I chose. I did narrow them down. I did have 7 mini palettes and I do now have 3. So I just wanted to kind of share with you guys why I decided to keep these ones in the running. And if you want to let me know your opinions down below and which palette you think I should pan for next year, let me know. And when I go to choose my final palette, probably November or maybe December, then I will take everything into consideration. So keep an eye out for that video. But I just want to side note real quick that I decided to go with a mini palette for a couple of reasons, but mainly because that's what I wanted to do for this year. And I didn't. I went the complete opposite way and I chose not only 1, but 2 full-size palettes. And if you want to check out the progress and see how that project's working for me this year, Instagram, it'll be down below. Go check it out if you're curious. And I'm also hoping that a mini palette will keep me more motivated and make me feel more accomplished in actually getting progress out of my eyeshadows and out of my palettes themselves, and be able to not only hit pan, but hopefully end games to completely finish one of them up. That would be awesome. So let's dive into it, and I'm just going to show you guys, no particular order really, my options for 2022. So number 1 is by Milani. It's the Everyday Eyes, as the brush decides to jump onto the floor. The Everyday Eyes palette in Bare Necessities, and I just dug right into that shade. All right, well, what do you know? Anyway, minus that, I haven't really touched this palette, so maybe that's a sign to say, hey, work on this. I do want to get some good usage on this palette, though. It was something that I actually considered panning this year as well, but I didn't want to have too many palettes, and this would definitely make too many palettes, so I decided against it, said, nope, not right now. Also, spring and summer, I really wasn't gravitating towards the neutrals. I was just super drawn to pinks and color, and that's all I went for. And really, the only time I ever used neutrals was if I was lazy, I was just running out of time, or I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I would just throw in a really quick neutral eye look and be done with it, and that was good enough for me for the day. But that really wasn't too often. So obviously I don't know what next spring and summer are going to be like, but I feel like I could still get some really good use on this palette if this is what I chose. So for my next 2 palettes, I'm going to show them to you guys together. They do kind of go hand in hand. I was very hesitant about rolling these in or keeping them as my top 3 options because, one, they're a little bit newer to my collection. I got them about this time last year, but out of all of the options, they are the newest, and they're also a little pricier. So I wasn't quite sure if I was ready to completely hit pan and get rid of hopefully 1, maybe even 2 of these palettes this soon into owning them. But what really just kind of got me was the size of the pans, because they are smaller, and I feel like I would be able to keep more motivation throughout the year and work on the palette. And hopefully, like I said, end game is to completely get rid of one of them. So these are my Viseart palettes. Not the only 2 Viseart palettes. I do have one more, but it is a little bit larger. It's a 12 pan. These are my only 2 8-pan Viseart palettes, and I really enjoy both of these a lot. So I just found out not that long ago that the Solstice Palette I can't get in Canada anymore, at least not off of Sephora's website. Haven't really looked anywhere else, but I really do enjoy this palette a lot. I love the looks that I come out with it, and I think it's really pretty. So I would absolutely love to work on it, and same with the Midsummer palette. Now this was a focus palette, I think January, maybe February. And I absolutely loved the palette. And as you can see right there, I hit pan already. Now, it didn't happen in February. It happened probably only a couple of months ago, but I did already have some really good usage on this palette. So I know I'm pretty close to hitting pan on a couple of other shades in here, in both of these actually. So I feel like it would just make me want to keep working on them and get them out of my collection completely. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I have finally finished the shade Divinity out of the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and that's the cream shade, and I've been using it pretty much daily since middle, maybe beginning of February to set down my eye. And now I need a new cream shade. So I decided to roll in the cream shade, the very first shade from this palette, because I figured if I was to work on that shade, it would be in a different way than I would use the rest of the shades for the most part. Then I could kind of gauge how long it's going to take me to hit pan. And I do have the rest of this year, so the next few months, to just kind of get an idea of what working on this palette would be like. And I feel like it would help me determine whether or not working on one of these palettes, if not maybe both, next year is what I actually want to do. So out of the 3 palettes that I have chosen, I'm kind of still super torn on what I want to do. I do have a few more months, but please let me know down below what you guys think I should work on. And like I said, I'll take everything into consideration and post a video November, maybe beginning of December, on what I actually choose. So I'll show you these options again one more time. So this is the Milani Everyday Eyes and Bare Necessities. Very pretty. The Solstice Palette by Viseart. You could get the plastic piece off. Very pretty. I love all of these palettes so much. Well, I love working on these 2 palettes anyways, since I haven't used my Milani one. And my Midsummer by Viseart. So those are my 3 options. So let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I need help. I don't know. I can't decide. Help. Okay, I will see you guys all later. Have a good night. Bye.